Welcome back, everybody. This is Jason Seacrest, and we are going to do some coloring and adding on our highlights and shadows in this tutorial. So in the last two videos, since this is a challenge series, we've actually broken up our steps into a little bit longer of a process just so we can go all the way through step by step, especially for brand new users. And in the first video, we went through adding our anchor point guides, and we went point by point getting down all of our lines using the pen tool. In the second video, we added on our line variation. We also ended it with live paint, so we added in all of our darks, we added in some flat colors, and so when we are moving on to our color, everything is very, very easy and pretty straightforward. So at the end of the last video, I did already ungroup. And so what we want to do first is let's just unite all of our black. So notice that all of the fills that we just did in the darks, those are still separate, so I want those to be together. So I'm going to come over to Pathfinder. Let's just click on Unite. Everything is nice and clean. And now we need our swatches. So I'm going to come over. I've already brought mine in, but just so you can see the process, on the bottom left-hand corner, you're going to see Swatch Libraries menu. Just drop down to where it says Other Library. Here we're going to look for your color palettes, and all of the ASE ones, those are already in its own folder for you. So you are just looking for the Coyote one, click on Open, and then all you need to do is click on that little folder, and it's going to pop right up in your swatches, and that's it. Then you can delete it out, and you are ready to go. So this is how simple and straightforward it is going to be. I'm going to select the face, I'm going to come over. You're going to notice that we have kind of sets of threes, so we have a base color and then a highlight on shadow for each one. So I'm just grabbing my fur, base layer, grab my tongue. I am actually going to go a little bit lighter on that one. I think for right now, for base layer, that looks good. I'm going to grab my magic wand, grab all of my dark, and I am going to click on our dark purple for that one. And that is it. That was how straightforward our adding color is. So if it didn't fight you at all, just go back and double check that you did expand. Make sure you finished your live paint, because it's going to be just pointing and clicking. So if everything is coloring, just go back and go to that end of the last video. We did expand and then we did ungroup. So now we are going to do a little bit of hierarchy within our menu for our layers. So right now everything is on one layer. I'm going to leave that one alone. I want to just do a new layer. I'm going to be on my magic wand, and let's just do this quick. Just double click on your magic wand and double check that that tolerance is at 5. And that's going to prevent you from grabbing everything right now. So I'm going to grab all of the purple. Control C, so edit copy. Edit paste in front. So I have just my lines and my darks on one layer, and I'm going to lock it out. That is basically our final line, and we are done with that one. So on this layer, I'm just going to call this base color, and we are actually going to be using this one for our background layer a little later on in the video. And then what I want to do is duplicate it, and this is the one we're going to start to hack up. This is what I mean by that. So I'm going to grab all of the purple, and I'm just going to click on delete. So notice that we have that layer right above it. So it's still hanging out. I just want just my flat color on one layer. I'm going to duplicate it again. I'm going to call this one our highlights / shadows. So this is going to be the one that we are going to start hacking out. I want one below it. So this is what we're looking at. Notice that everything is locked out. I am on my highlight shadow layer. And if I am looking at it, I'm going to have the light source kind of coming from the top. And let's give you a couple different options today when adding in colors. So I'm going to zoom in. I am going to select the shape. And the first one I wanted to show you, pretty straightforward, is our knife tool. And if you have a tablet, this is a breeze. So all I need to do is think of where the light might be hitting. And I just want to go all the way through each one of those. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to go a little bit long. And so notice those little danglers, we can clean those up. The mistake is usually you go a little short, and so it's harder, and then it doesn't select. So the idea is that we have to cut all the way through that shape, and then we can come back and color. So notice that everything is selected. I'm going to take my black arrow. I'm just deselecting, and then if I hold down shift, I'll be able to come in, grab that top part, and then I'm just going to color it up once. So notice I have my highlight. There's my highlight. I'm going to come back in while we are thinking about it. Just grab that base, so all those little random strays that look ugly, I can come over to Pathfinder and then just unite. And then they go away. And if again you don't see your Pathfinder, just come under Window. Anytime anything on that right hand side, if you don't see it, just know that it is under Window. And that is really, really straightforward. So just notice when we are doing it, I'm going to click on the shape first, and then I just come in nice and smooth all the way around. And I'm trying to just get a nice little highlight shape coming through. Black arrow, deselect. And then if you cut all the way through the shape, you should be able to see, hey, this is just highlighting up, and I know that that color is pretty similar. And then I can just color it up one. So that is really, really easy. The only issue with the knife tool is it does bounce, and it does like to give you some random little corners. So let's give you some other options when doing your shadows. I'm going to zoom in on that top part. So let's just use our segment tool, and it's almost going to be a very similar process. I'm just going to draw this out. I'm going to go a little bit long because I want it to make sure that it is doing the same thing. I want it to go all the way through that shape. I'm going to go Shift-C just so we can mimic a very nice little curve. Just think where a nice little highlight might be living. I might say that this one is going to go right through that top part of the line. So notice that top part right through there. And I know this is probably hard to see with the red. So I'm just looking to see if this is skirting right along right through there. Before I do anything, pay attention to our strokes. Our strokes and our fills are turned off. I'm going to hold down Shift, so I'm going to select my face color. That's going right through here. So I'm now going to do divide, and it does the exact same thing that we just did for our cleanup. It does a nice little snip. Our little thing that we have to remember when we do our divide is to ungroup. So now it is almost the exact same thing that we just did with our knife tool. I deselect, and as long as I went all the way through that shape, it's going to highlight, and then I can color up one. So that'll give you a lot more control with your shadows. Let's do it again. I want a nice little shadow just dropping down right through there. And I just want it to almost mimic, so notice there's this little curve. I'm just going to try and mimic it. And if life is good, that's snapped into place. Notice again, I don't have any fills or strokes. I'm going to select, click on divide. And we're just going to go through this so you understand that you're going to ungroup. Pay attention to that deselect. It's a step that a lot of people will forget. And then I can color it up one. Alright, let's do two more. I want one. Let's do another one right here. So I'm basically trying to go from corner to corner. I'll color it. You guys are not happy with that in red. I can already tell. So if I go Shift-C, again, I'm just looking for some nice little curves. Shift-C, just grab that path. I can always come back in with my white arrow. Shortcut is A. And now I'm just thinking of where I would like a shadow to be hanging out. So you can either think of it as a shadow, and or you could be thinking on, hey, is this a highlight? So either one of those will actually. So I'm going to hold down Shift. I'm going to find each one of my little shapes. Click on divide. So remember our process, ungroup, deselect. So I'm going to take the segment, and I'm just going to drag it right over to this corner. I'm going to grab the path. Let's just lay one down because we're going to come back to our handle. So I'm going to switch over to our white. And I'm looking right through that little, I want it to go right through there. And then just so it doesn't give us another one, I do want to just make sure I move that. So I'm just moving my handles. This is going to be a shadow on this side. That looks good. I'm going to use my pen tool for this one. And that's just so I can get a point at the corner. And actually, I think I want that one to go all the way through. Let's see if we can kill two birds, shall we? Let's see if we can do it. So if I can get this thing to go right through here, right through that corner. Alright, so let's do it. So I have this one going all the way through. I have this one hitting where I want. And then I'm going to grab my face shape. Do pay attention to that none of our strokes had fills. Divide. I'm going to ungroup, and I'm going to be able to color that one a shadow. I am going to be able to color that one the highlight, and oh man, was life good. and then I can color that one the shadow. So since we went all the way through, we got an extra little shape out of that for a shadow. And if you just need to do it again, just so you get this back half, that's fine. So I'm just using my arrows just to try and mimic some of that. I'm going to take that point, I'm just going to bring it up a tiny bit. So notice there is a fill, so let's get rid of that fill. Grab that face, click on divide, ungroup, and then I can color that one a nice wonderful shadow. And I'm just going to go right into that corner. Grab that face, same thing, divide, ungroup, and you could still use the knife for any of this. So let's just go back to the knife, just so you can see the process on both. Now notice that this was split. I'm going to unite those, and that just happens if things are really close when you are using your live paint. So if I'm using the knife, maybe I want this to come, I'm going to go nice and slow, just so it doesn't bounce on me. I'm going to go Control 0, just see what we need. So I'm just going to go straight through here. This is going to be for the bag of the eye. And I'm looking to just make sure it goes right through that corner, and then kind of goes up in the same angle. So I'm going to ungroup, just come on back. So let's just say that eyebrow is cast on a shadow. And as long as you don't mind that extra little ungrouping step, you do get a lot more control if you start doing this process. So I'm just going to grab it, ungroup. What I am looking for is to see if we can mimic kind of that upper lip. So I might just see if we can nail it, and then I'm going to move it down. So while I am on my black arrow, select it, and I'm just dropping it down. That looks pretty good to me. I'm going to select the white, ungroup, divide, and I am just going to come scrolling up. I'm going to click on eye, which is my eyedropper, and now I have a nice little shadow on those upper teeth. Alright, file save. Save, save, save. So there's some little things that I wanted to just touch up on. One, just be aware that you can always use the knife tool. I think it is very straightforward. Just remember to deselect. That little deselect is going to save you a lot of headaches. If you want more control, just come in and use that divide. If you ever get any of those strays, these little crisscrosses, just remember I can always come in, click on it, and then unite when I'm all done. Same thing is true if I want to combine shapes. Alright guys, well I think we are done with this tutorial. We have finished up all of the highlights, we have finished up the shadows. I gave you two different options, and it's always the same thing. You can just kind of cut in, get rid of it. With that said, let's move on to adding on our gradients as well as our halftones, and then we are going to finish this guy up. I will see you guys on the next tutorial.